Part 2. Now I'm starting the file work on the back, on the spine. I'm using a smaller round file and a triangle shaped file. I'm going to alternate either one. Let me show you a couple of them. I use the same technique on some of the thumb studs on my knives. I don't mark it, measure it, nothing. I just do it all by eye. And then I'll show you what the pattern looks like from the side view. See, let's do 2 more so we can get a good look at it. Don't need them real deep. Just try to sort of get them uniform depth. When you look at it from the side, you can tell if you got way off. You can go back and adjust. I got the blade etch done too. Let's see, that's really hard to see. Let's once they're all done and it's finished, you can tell better. You can see that little pattern. And when I get done, I'll go back and cut them just a little bit deeper on the edge. You may be able to see them on this side better. Now this is for looks, also what it's for, and I'll put a couple down through here too, is when you're holding on to it, that gives you won't slip on the edge like that. Alright, I will continue on. Next step will be, after we get this done, grinding the blade, and then we'll get started on the handle. Won't be long now. Alright, got the file work done. I know it's hard to see right now, but after it's all done, you can see it better. Now I'm starting the grind on the blade. I'm using both grinders. And I don't use jigs. I do all this by hand and by eye. Jigs to me get in my way. I don't care for them. So I'll show you just a few minutes of the process. This it'll take about an hour to get it down to where I need it. And then I'll dress everything up for heat treating, and then we get to work on the handle. Because heat treating will be almost the last thing I do. Dip it in water because I don't want it to get too hot. Just like that, I'll just keep going now, switch sides. And I'll go until I get as thin as I can, because when I heat treat it, I don't want it to be so thin that it cracks. So just a delicate balance now of going back and forth on either side. Alright, I know we're going the long way around the barn, but I want to go step by step. I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm doing here. Now we're going to drill the hole for the pivot pin. Got it marked where I want it. Alright, set it with a center punch. It's going to be an 1/8 inch brass. I have a Black-Eyed Susan pin I'm going to put in here. I think that'll look real nice. Now the handle is going to be bird's eye maple. And it'll take several cuttings and trimmings and just to get it just right. So I'm going to drill this hole, then I'll set it here where it goes, and I'll go ahead and drill the hole in the wood, and then we can cut the rest of it out. Alright, let's show you where we're at now. I just got a nail sticking in there for now to hold it in place. I got to cut and trim the handle and swivel like that. Now I know I said I was going to use the Black-Eyed Susie pin. That may not work. I may have to use a regular solid brass pin, because I'm going to have to peen down the end with a hammer to tighten it up like it should be. If I had a bigger Black-Eyed Susie pin, then an 1/8 inch would probably work, but I'm afraid that you won't be able to see what it is because it's so small anyway. I thought I ordered something bigger when I ordered that, but anyway, I'll probably just go ahead and use a solid brass. But anyway, sorry about that. But now all this will get sanded off and refinished. But that's the eyes in that bird's eye. It's going to be very pretty. And I'm going to put, it won't be that yellow type. I'm going to put just a little bit of darker color stain on there. Not real dark, just enough where you can still see it. Alright, go over to the scroll saw and get this cut out, and it's just a matter of getting it cut and shaped and fixed up like I want it. Be right back. Alright y'all, we're coming down to it. Pardon me. Now, what I did in the handle, I got it shaped, basically shaped. I've still got a lot more to do on it. I got to knock the edges off, get it all smooth. Now this is all one piece of wood, and it's just connected by this end here. Now there's always a chance that that'll come apart and break right there. So right here I epoxied a piece in. It's the same maple. I epoxied the piece in there, and that's going to give the whole thing a lot of strength for when I put the pin in and tighten it. Because when I tighten it, this will go in just a little bit, but this will hold everything still. Then of course the sealer will strengthen it as well. So I'm waiting on this epoxy to set real good before I mess with it anymore. So I went ahead and polished the blade. Now we're done with the blade except for the heat treating and tempering. Got it all polished up nice and pretty. Sort of ashamed to put it in the forge and mess it up again, but it's got to be done. Now what this part here is going to do is going to harden the blade, get it back to a very, very hard steel. Then I'll put it in the tempering oven and take a little bit of that hardness out so it's not brittle. And it'll hold up real well. And then we'll have to polish it out all over again, and then I'll put the metal sealer on there. Alright, you saw me heat treat 100 times, so I won't show you that part. It won't take me just a minute. And when I get it all done, I will, as I put it together, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, here we go. Heat treated. cooled off. I washed the oil off of it. Now this was heat treated in vegetable oil. Now let's check it and see if it's hard. If it's hard, this file should skate right across it and not cut in. Just like that. Alright, so we got a good heat treat. See, we're going to put it here in the tempering oven / pizza oven / gift from my buddy Ken. Now we got it set on 400 degrees, because this oven, if you put it any more than that, it'll go straight to toast and it won't do right. And we're going to set it for about 45 minutes. We'll let it bake in the oven and cool all the way down. And while all that's going on, I'll get back to work on the handle. Alright, let's look at the finished product here. Now I forgot to turn the camera on during the assembly, but it's no big deal. One brass pin holds it all in there. And the stain is dry. Look at that. Now once again, that's bird's eye maple. There is your straight razor. And I spent almost an hour after I got it sharp stroking it on leather stroke. And let me tell you, it will shave. Now, compared to the last one I made, this one is a good bit bigger, longer, the handle's bigger. The other one I'm going to call a lady's razor, which was for a young lady, so it but the function is the same. That one will shave just like this one will. Guarantee you that'll shave. There we go. What do y'all think? Not too bad. Now I've still got to make a little leather pouch for it, and I'll show a final picture of it, but that's going to be tomorrow, because it's after 5 o'clock today. About time to go inside. And along with it, I'm going to send a little leather stroke that I made. This is a piece of that Purple Heart from the last build that was left over, scrap. I don't believe in throwing scrap away, I'll save it. So I just glued a piece of leather on there. And it's the right size when it goes in the pouch. You have a razor and a stroke. So that way, if you need to get away from the house, or get out in the woods, or go camping, or whatever you do, everything you need to shave, right there. So I'll show you the pouch tomorrow. That'll be the final little clip. Like I said, it's getting late in the day. I'm getting tired. I need to go in, and that will work just perfect. Very, very I'm telling you, that thing is sharp. So there we go. There is the straight razor build. Not too bad. If you want to make your own, you can do it. Just give it a try. Have any questions about it? I don't mind answering them. Or you can look online, and there's a lot of people online that make straight razors, and their techniques are a little bit like mine. Mine's a little bit like theirs. Everybody's a little bit different, but there you go. One more clip, that'll be it. Alright, finishing up sewing the pouch up for the straight razor. I'll show it to you here in just a second. The sun has been out all day, and it is soaking that moisture up. It's been so wet, and it is hot. Hot, 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 hot. Almost time to turn the AC on out here. I'll wait as long as I can. I get a letter from the power company every time I turn the AC on out here, telling me that I'm a valued customer. Alright, tie it off. And that I'll burn that off with the lighter here in a minute. This material will melt together. Alright, there we go. Maker's Mark, Old Glory. That's the young man's initials that it's going to. And let's see if it fits. Let's see where I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put the stroke. Made it a little bit big. There we go, just like that. And I also made it a little bit big because I was thinking maybe you'll put this in your bag, overnight bag or something like that. There's room in there to take one of those little toothbrushes, the little travel things that come in a little plastic pouch. There's room for something like that to slide down in there, or nail clippers, anything like that you might want to put in there. Room to put in there. What do y'all think? I think it came out real nice. Now the handle's just a little bit bigger than one you would buy typically at the store. A little bit thicker, I mean. Reason being, you got plenty of room to get a hold of it. It won't slip out of your hand, they won't drop it. Nothing like that. So there we go. I stroked it a little bit more when I came out to the shop this morning. And it is something kind of sharp. There we go. Hope y'all enjoyed this little start to finish build. This will be in the mail. What's today, Friday? I might be able to make the post office in the morning because they're only open for 3 hours in the morning, or 2.5 hours, something like that. The little post office I go to. There you go. That's that. Now I'm working on a bunch of other leather projects, and I've got a few more knives ready, or almost ready. I mailed out this morning, mailed out Chris, Redneck Prepper, Steve, and John. 4, yeah, mailed out 4 this morning. So y'all be on the lookout, they're on the way. Alright, what else did I do today? Oh, I finally got around to replacing my tabletop again. How nasty and dirty it was. Got a nice pretty clean piece of wood to put on there, and it should be nice and dirty again in about 2 weeks. It gets to the point where everything, my leather starts getting dirty laying it on there, so I have to change it out every now and then. Alright y'all, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and once again I hope you enjoyed this little build along. These will be available if anybody wants one. They're going to be $60. plus we'll save $5 shipping. So it's fairly small, fairly light. US shipping. Alright, thanks again, and I will see you later.